I was halfway through my Sunday coffee, feet propped up on the porch railing, when my phone buzzed with a notification that stopped me cold. Me Tesla was moving. Not just a bump or a glitch, but rolling down Maple Street, clear as day on the GPS tracker. The problem was, I was in my sweatpants, the key card was on the kitchen counter, and nobody else had access to that car. Nobody. That is, except maybe Linda, the HOA president who'd been breathing down my neck since the day I moved into Oak Ridge Estates. Linda wasn't your average nosy neighbor. She was a one-woman dictatorship, armed with a clipboard and a vendetta against anything that didn't fit her vision of suburban perfection. My Tesla? She hated it. Called it too flashy for the neighborhood, complained it didn't match the approved aesthetic of neutral-toned SUVs. 2 days earlier, she'd cornered me in my driveway, waving a tape measure, claiming my car was parked an inch too close to the curb. I laughed it off, told her to measure her ego instead, but the look in her eyes, sharp, calculating, stuck with me. I should have known she wasn't just petty, she was unhinged. That morning, heart pounding, I opened the Tesla app and watched the live feed as my car cruised toward the edge of town. The interior camera showed Linda in the driver's seat, her signature floral visor tilted back, muttering to herself as she jabbed at the touchscreen like it was a vending machine. She didn't know the car was wired with 360-degree cameras, always-on mics, and a direct line to the county sheriff's system. She wasn't just stealing my car, she was filming her downfall, and I was about to make sure she regretted it. I grabbed my phone and checked the home security footage, but it was gone, wiped clean, not corrupted, deliberately erased. Linda must have tampered with the outdoor junction box, the one right by her precious community bulletin board where she posted her endless rules. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment crime. She'd planned it, probably for weeks, maybe since the day I ignored her warning about my non-compliant car. I didn't call 911. I called Sheriff Mike, a guy I'd bonded with over beers at a town hall last year when I helped his kid with a science fair project on electric vehicles. "Mike," I said, voice shaking, "Linda from the HOA just stole my Tesla, and I've got her on camera." He paused, then laughed, not because it was funny, but because everyone in town knew Linda. She'd once tried to fine the fire department for parking on her street during a gas leak. "Stay put," he said. "This is going to be good." 10 minutes later, I was at the sheriff's station, phone hooked up to Mike's monitor, watching Linda's live performance in glorious high def. She pulled into a gas station, ironic for an electric car, and stepped out to make a call. The car's Mike's picked up every word. "Meet me at the storage lot on 5th. I've got that eyesore Tesla, cash deal, no questions." She was trying to sell my car, my $60,000 car, like it was a used couch on Craigslist. Mike raised an eyebrow. "She's not just stealing," he said. "She's running a whole operation." He dug into her HOA records and found a pattern: 6 complaints about my car in a year, 2 mysteriously deleted. Linda wasn't just annoyed, she was obsessed, and now she'd crossed into felony territory. Mike didn't mess around. He sent 2 undercover deputies to tail her, another to sweep the neighborhood for accomplices. We watched as Linda drove to a sketchy storage lot, weaving through traffic like she owned the road. She parked, opened a unit, and started clearing space, propping a "for sale" sign in the windshield. Then, in a move so brazen it was almost comical, she pulled out her phone and filmed herself next to the car, calling it her latest HOA asset recovery. She even had a fake Instagram handle, at Suburb Queen Linda, like she was some kind of influencer. I couldn't believe it was branding her crime. That's when Mike leaned over and hit the lock button on my app. The Tesla's doors sealed, windows rolled up, and lights flashed. Linda jumped back, clutching her phone like it could save her. I tapped the voice command, and the car's speakers blared. "This vehicle is tracked by law enforcement. Step away, Linda." Her facio, man, her face went from smug to sheer panic. She spun around, looking for cameras, for an escape, but she was trapped, staring right into the lens she didn't know was recording her. Back at the station, we were glued to the screen. Linda tried to call someone, pacing, shouting about community property and unauthorized vehicles. It was desperate, incoherent, like she thought she could lawyer her way out of Grand Theft Auto. She even popped the trunk and started tossing in Junkin old lamp, a box of plastic flowers, like she could make the car look like hers. Mike shook his head. "She's digging her own grave," he said, and he was right. The more she talked, the worse it got. Mike decided it was time to end the show, but he wanted flair. He sent 2 plainclothes deputies to the lot, posing as buyers. Linda lit up when she saw them, strutting over like a used car salesman. "Gentlemen," she said, arms wide. "I'm Linda, HOA asset manager. This Tesla's a steal, cash only." The deputies played along, asking for paperwork. She handed over a crumpled sheet, some nonsense printed on an HOA newsletter, not even a real bill of sale. When they asked why the car was locked, she stammered. Its voice activated, "Responds only to me." She yelled, "Tesla, unlock," like she was in a sci-fi flick. The car didn't budge. Mike gave me a nod, and I hit the app again. The Tesla honked, then played my pre-recorded voice. "Hey, Linda, your buyers are cops, and you're on camera." Her jaw dropped. The deputies flashed their badges, and for a split second, I thought she'd run, but she was boxed in concrete walls, cop cars, nowhere to go. She raised her hands, still yelling about HOA rights and abandoned property. Mike and I drove to the scene, and when we got there, Linda was cuffed, glaring at me like I'd ruined her life. I waved through the Tesla's window, and she snapped, "You'll hear from my lawyer." I just pointed at the car's camera. "Smile, Linda. You're on candid camera." The fallout was unreal. Word spread fast, and the neighborhood turned Linda's meltdown into a celebration. Someone made a meme of her yelling at the dashboard with a caption, "When your HOA dreams crash into reality." Another neighbor left Tesla-shaped cookies on my porch with "Electric Justice" iced on top. But beneath the laughs, something deeper was happening. Linda had ruled Oak Ridge like a tyrant for years, fining kids for chalk drawings, bullying retirees over lawn ornaments. Now, people were done. They held an emergency HOA meeting, packed the community center, and voted her out in a landslide. When Linda showed up, sunglasses on, clutching a stack of papers, she tried to spin it, claimed I'd hacked her, that the Tesla was a gift. The crowd booed. Someone played the car's audio of her calling it a tin can, and she stormed out, defeated. The legal hammer dropped hard. The Tesla's footage, GPS logs, and Linda's fake documents made it an open and shut case. Grand theft auto, fraud, tampering. An HOA audit uncovered years of her skimming funds, fake landscaping contracts, payments to her sister's consulting firm. She faced new charges, and her house went up for sale. One morning, I saw a moving truck outside her place. Linda sitting in a lawn chair, staring at the ground as boxes were loaded. Nobody waved. It was quiet, final, like the end of a bad movie. The neighborhood changed after that. People painted their fences wild colors, and kids drew hopscotch grids on the sidewalks. We used the reclaimed HOA funds for a dog park, solar lights, and real community stuff. A new resident, Josh, pitched a transparent security system, resident-controlled cameras. No more Linda-style spying. I helped test it with my Tesla's tech, and for the first time, people saw tech as a protector, not a threat. Looking back, I think about that car, no just a car, but a witness. Linda thought she could control everything, but she didn't count on a machine that recorded her every move, or a community that had had enough. I had the Tesla wrapped in matte black, a red pinstripe down the side, and one word on the bumper, defiant. It's a reminder sometimes justice isn't loud. It's quiet, electric, and smarter than the person trying to outrun it. But here's the thing. Linda's gone, but people like her? They're still out there, hiding behind rules, waiting for a chance to pounce. I wonder if she's learned, or if she's just biding her time in some new town, plotting her next move. What do you think? Have you dealt with a Linda in your life? Drop a comment. Share your story. I am reading everyone. And if you've got a neighbor who'd try to steal your car, maybe check your cameras. You never know who's watching.